I'd been counting down the days for my brand new sneakers to arrive. Not just any sneakers, either. These were the ones I'd been saving for. Limited edition, sharp design. The kind that practically stop traffic when you wear them. Finally, delivery day came. Of course, I was stuck at work, but I wasn't worried. Packages always got left neatly on my porch. Sometimes tucked by the mat. Sometimes behind the chair. But always safe when I got home. Like a kid waiting on Christmas morning, I kept refreshing my phone. Then came the notification. I'd been dying to see. Package. Delivered at your front door. Relief washed over me. But that relief didn't last long. When I pulled into my driveway later that evening, something felt wrong. The porch looked too empty, too clean. I hurried up the steps, checked behind the chair, under the mat, even peeked around the bushes. Nothing. The box was gone. Welcome to Prodigy Tales. Make sure you hit like and subscribe for more outrageous HOA drama. At first, I tried to rationalize it. Maybe the driver dropped it at the wrong house? I checked the email, but no, there it was. A photo of my sneakers, sitting right on my porch, time-stamped. They'd made it to me. They just didn't stay. My stomach twisted. Someone had taken them. I called the delivery company, hoping for answers. All I got was a polite brush-off. Yes, it was delivered. Here's the photo. Sorry for the inconvenience. In other words, you're on your own. That's when the realization hit. This wasn't some random porch pirate driving around. Whoever swiped my sneakers knew my schedule. They had to be close. I tried to shake it off, told myself it was a one-time thing. But a few weeks later, my nephew's birthday rolled around. I ordered him a set of colorful action figures he'd been begging for. Nothing flashy, but something I really wanted him to have. Same routine. I was at work, checked my phone during breaks, saw the delivery alert. But when I got home, porch bare. Again. That's when I knew. This wasn't luck. Someone was targeting my house. Watching. Waiting. 2 stolen packages was too many. I decided to reach out to the one person who should care about neighborhood safety, the HOA. President. Karen. She loved parading around, bragging about order and security. Maybe, for once, she'd actually help. I knocked on her door, explained everything, the missing packages, the delivery confirmations, the frustration. She gave me the usual tight smile, nodded like she was listening, though her eyes told a different story. And then fate played its cruel hand. Her teenage son strolled into the room mid-conversation. On his feet were my sneakers. My limited edition sneakers, bold as daylight. My pulse spiked. I wanted to shout, to demand answers. But without proof, I'd look like a fool. So, I swallowed my anger and walked away. But this time, I was done playing fair. I ordered hidden cameras. Small, discreet. Impossible to notice unless you knew where to look. I tucked them under the trim, buried them near the plants, disguised them by the porch light. The stage was set. Then came the bait. I ordered something cheap, a charger and some headphones. Nothing special. Just enough to tempt whoever had been creeping up to my door. The notification pinged while I was at work. Package delivered. I opened the live feed and waited. Minutes dragged by. Nothing. Then, movement. And there she was. Not her son. Not a stranger. Karen, the HOA president herself, waltzing up my porch like she owned it. She glanced around, scooped up the box, and strutted back toward her house. I sat there frozen, staring at the screen. It was her all along. She wasn't protecting the neighborhood. She was robbing it. But instead of reporting her right away, I came up with something better. Something unforgettable. Over the next few days, I pieced together a trap. A cardboard box stuffed with spring-loaded glitter, a stink spray mechanism, and packets of industrial dye. I sealed it up with official-looking tape, weighed it down with junk, and set it out on the porch like bait for a raccoon. Then, I waited. Sure enough, she showed up. Karen strutted across my lawn, checked for witnesses, and scooped up the box with that smug little grin. What she didn't know was that her victory lap wouldn't last long. The second she opened the package, chaos erupted. Glitter blasted straight into her face. coating her hair, clothes, and skin until she looked like a human disco ball. Then came the stink spray, filling the air with a smell so foul I gagged just watching it on video. And finally, the dye, bright, neon green liquid splattering across her arms and face, staining everything it touched. She staggered back screaming, flailing like she'd been cursed. I laughed so hard at my desk I nearly cried. But the best part? By the time I got home, half the neighborhood had gathered around her yard. Phones out, recording her meltdown. Karen, the self-proclaimed guardian of the HOA, now looked like a glittery, smelly cartoon villain. That night, I clipped together the footage and sent it straight to the HOA board with a note. Here's your president, keeping the neighborhood safe. At the next meeting, the fallout was brutal. Karen was forced to pay me double the cost of every package she'd stolen. And worse for her, she was permanently stripped of her HOA presidency. Even weeks later, the dye still hadn't fully washed out. She sat there during the meeting, glowing like a radioactive clown, while the entire board stared her down. Justice served. Do you think she got what she deserved? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more wild HOA showdowns.